Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. I really hope you are all well and safe. I've been trying out the Pastels in Rebelle 3, so let's have a look how I got on. One of the nice things I like about the Rebelle is you can just drag an image into your reference window and it's as simple as that. Oops, didn't quite mean to do that though. And then you can resize it to whatever you want. Get that on the screen there. Clear that mark I made. What I'm going to do today, I thought I would do a pastel sketch in Rebelle. I haven't tried the pastels before, so this should be fun. This is a source image that I'm going to use. I'm going to get straight into it. I've coloured the background obviously, and I'm just going to get straight into this, starting to add some colour, and then I've got the pastel selected. Let's use let's start with the first one, the Extra Soft Pastel, and I'll start telling you what this image is all about. Right, okay, so before the lockdown came, Special K and myself went to see an exhibition of based on Van Gogh's work. Now, wasn't your regular kind of art exhibition, as you can see, because there's a guy there chilling out in a deck chair, and it was a digital piece, I guess. Don't know what's happening here. Doing something. It's saying auto. I forgot to wait for that to stop. There we go. I don't know why that went a bit laggy. Yeah, it was a digital exhibition based on his work, and it was basically people had taken, or artists, I don't know if it was a collaboration or one artist or what, had taken pieces of Van Gogh's work and turned them into digital pieces that were actually moving and sort of changing organically and almost being painted on the surface. And it was in a church. And this was a travelling exhibition. So I don't know how they did it. I don't know if they found sites that were suitable. There was I guess 12 projections on the walls in these alcoves that you can see in this picture, and they were all different, and there was deck chairs and chairs laid out. This was just one of the rooms. There was lots of different things going off, and it really hit home to me how digital painting, I don't know if painting's the right word, but digital art is coming into its own as an art form. And I was absolutely blown away by it. Utterly mesmerized. We was there about 3 hours or more. It was the week before lockdown started, so we was kind of a little bit apprehensive about worrying if other people had got the virus, perhaps, I don't know. But as you can see, the deck chairs were well spaced out, so it didn't feel too bad. I wasn't too worried. I like this. Getting back to the actual pastels, I like them. There's not a lot. There's only 3, and then you can adjust the size and the pressure. And that's pretty much all you can do. Let's make it bigger brush. Is that the biggest I can go? Yeah. And let's sort of try and make some. That's the biggest I can go in all of them. So, if you see this exhibition coming anywhere near you, it's in the UK, or it was in the UK up until the lockdown started. I don't know if it's going to be anywhere else. Get along and see it, because honestly, it did really blow me away. I can't tell you how impressed I was. Or perhaps I can. Perhaps I am making it clear. This guy was well chilled out, I tell you. I wonder what happens if you use the smudge brush. So we've got this. Does that look like charcoal being blended? Is this a bit more? Take the pressure down a bit. I suppose it does, because when you smudge pastels, it does rub it into the grain. And then I wonder if I can get the grain back by, once I've sort of smudged that away like that a bit. Can I get it back? Let's see. That's a funny brush shape for a pastel, isn't it? Yeah, you can, so that's cool. So you can overpaint on top of your smudged areas and get that nice paper texture back, and get some sharp edges back into that. That's cool. I like that. Right, where do I go from here? So much to do. Still working on local colour, I suppose. It's a shame I can't really make that brush much bigger than that. I suppose if I'd have had a smaller canvas size, but I'm working on A4, and to me that's kind of as small as I want to go. I don't know if I can do this justice. The sheer movement in the piece was just stunning. A bit more lemon light. That's it. Trying to get some of these sharp edges going off. I'm going to worry about the bloke in a minute. I'm not even going to try and attempt to get him in just yet. I just want to. I'm happy playing around with these backgrounds, getting squiggles in. I've just noticed the shadow on the chair. Quite interesting. Sort of there. Do I want that sort of... It's nice because the colour scheme's sort of all mapped out for me. All I've got to do is just transfer it to the canvas. I'm just wondering if I've chopped the top. No, I haven't chopped the top of the photo off, so that's cool. Right, we've got this going. Sort of want blue. Right, sort of right. Oops. There we go. We've got this sort of motley green thing going off. Then a darker, bit more green, a bit more colour. And then I want to try this tri-medium. With a that's nice. I like this. I like this brush. Just using the lights and the darks to kind of start to sculpt out the shape of this. What's going off here? I reckon about down to there. We've got this sort of line going across there like that. And then a bit thicker mark like that. So it's just beginning to take shape, I think. This is a bit different to the 15-minute paintings. I don't think I could tackle this in 15 minutes. Let's just mix up the colour a bit, just to so it doesn't look quite as boring. Whoops. I forgot to change colour. Better. Notice I'm picking colours off the top part of that colour wheel. There we go. I kind of need this. It's got this lovely grey look to it, look. Where there's a sort of a line down there. And then there's another one there. I need to sort of twist my wrist in a funny position to get that blend going on the right proper side. This deck chair is not going to be in here, by the way. Can't have that in. Oops. There we go. Right, let's work the size of this up a bit. A bit more squiggly colour. Squiggly. Bit of the greens in there. Now this, I guess, needs to come down here a bit more. It's sort of, look how thin I've got it. It needs to sort of chunk up a bit. Go back to that X brush. You get sort of sharper lines, I think, with that, really. That's a bit better. We need this sort of green under there. A little bit. A bit of warmth in there coming in. I'm just wondering if I'm going to paint the guy on a different layer, or if I'm going to stick with, to just try and get it all done on one layer. Might be quite cool. Got these sort of lines coming through there, a bit lighter still. Bit of a light line there. So I think I'm going to speed this up a bit till I get to the guy, and then otherwise this video is going to go forever because I'm not rushing this one. What I'm doing now, I'm just breaking off a few of these, breaking up a few of the lines, just so they don't look so straight, and I just want them a little bit more impressionistic, really, where the colours sort of merge and bleed in a bit. Just so those edges are softer. That's what I'm looking for. And then I'm going to start painting the guy. I'll leave little bits of detail like that. I think that's quite cool. So it seems like I've taken all this time to get this just right, and now I'm smudging it. I might even use the smudge brush a bit, just... Oh, no, I'm not. I don't like the smudge brush in Rebelle, I have to say. Oh, smudge only. Smudge only wet. Oh no, that's... Yeah, I can see this is about... It's about watercolour, really. But what's that then? Blend. Oh! That's what I need. I'm using the wrong brush. That's it. Blend. Just push a few of those colours into one another, just to give them a more natural softness. Right, shall we do this? Let's get the guy painted in, because he's laid back, and that's what it's all about, really. Let's create a new layer. I think I will do it on a new layer, and then I can resize it if I don't like it. So back to my weird looking charcoal brushes. I like this tri-colour brush. So anyway, stop talking, Steve. Let's see what we can come up with. So I'm thinking his head. What colour have I got? I'll start painting him in reasonably... His head's not there at all, is it? It's here. Paint it in reasonably light to start with, and then and he's probably a bit higher up than that. Let's start again. You know what? Let's be a bit more general. Now there's two people here. There's somebody with a bobbly hat on. I don't know if you can see that. That's sat behind him, but I'm going to try and ignore that person. Way laid that back into this guy. we doing? It looks really elongated, but it's kind of... Right, I guess the colours are all projected onto him. So I need to paint him with the same colour palette. It's a bit thick, but I can trim that down. That's the second chair. I kind of got to put the second chair in, I suppose. And we've got this coming down there, like that, under his leg, past there. Then this other leg under there, that. About there, just a little bit of that. I could do with zooming in on this. Can I zoom in? Let's see. Yeah, I can. Awesome. That's just so I can get a bit more detail, see what's going off. Same with my picture as well. Let's zoom in on that a bit. Now I can see what I'm painting. Okay. He's well into this guy. It feels like that all of this is the second person. I don't want that second person really there. Let's just put him in. So I've got to kind of imagine a bit where he is, so I can build it up nice and slow. Oh, his leg is more like that feel. Oops, dropped my pencil, my stylus, dear me. And then I've got this leg coming out like that. That's alright, I think. And then he's like really sunk into that chair. And his heel. So that. There we go. Got a bit of a shadow going off as well. So let's pick that colour up, make it a bit darker. Something going off under there. Well, let's just add some more. Now it looks boring because it needs a touch of colour. And then once I've got a little bit more colour on it, I can start picking out a bit of detail. So I'm just going to imagine that the lights are weaving their magic on him and casting lots of tones and colour. Although I do need to sort of get a bit more skin tones on his face, perhaps. You know, this is going to be, well, what do I mean going to be? It is an impressionist piece, so I'm not going for loads of detail on the face. I don't think we need that. Do. And I can start thinking about what's happening to this chair colour-wise. All sorts of things. That's too big, isn't it? It sort of stops about there. Like that. I want him to sort of merge in with that background. I don't want him to look like he's painted on a separate layer. It's got to look like he's part of the bigger picture. Have you noticed that once you start building the colour up, the grain texture disappears? It's quite cool. What that's looking like, zoomed out a bit. I'm sort of getting there. I just wonder if you should be a bit bigger. Can I transform the layer? I'm guessing that might be it there. Yeah, there we go. About that big, perhaps. Move him that way a touch. Put him a bit more on the golden ratio. Well, not the golden ratio, the thirds. There we go. I think we should save this at this point. I've not saved it for a while. Then we've got shadows sort of underneath that chair that I can add. Oh, and yes, I almost forgot. Got this sort of strong shadow. Down there like that. Which ties him into that post, which means I can then pick that colour up. Let's have a bit brighter colour there. Do I need a bit more? Just a few pop-in highlights on this deck chair. Maybe. I like the fuzziness around his feet. I think that's a bit too bright. Let's see if I can just knock that back a bit. There we go. You know, I think I'm nearly there. I can extend this line. Oops, a bit too much. I didn't want to go into his. What I'm trying to do is, I'm thinking in shapes, not objects. So the idea is that this shape of his body extends into that pillar there, like that. That's it. So as you can see, he's in a totally different position than the original picture. But I've moved him around a bit because of that other chair not being there. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Do I need to do anything else? Don't know as if I do. I think it's... We've got that bench. Probably just... Try that X brush and get a little bit of sort of detail. That. Here we go. That's it. I'm going to sign this. It's a bit severe, isn't it? Let's choose a colour that's not quite as dark. There we go. Using pastels in Rebelle. Really like them. I'm glad I sorted out the blending brush in the end. I bet you was all screaming at me about that one. What can I say? If you've enjoyed this video, big thumbs up as always is much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, because I've got lots of videos like this and I would love to be sharing them with you. Don't forget, everybody, keep painting, stay safe and stay sane, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.